Today we're starting a very exciting initiative. It's just before Christmas 2016, and in the spirit of Christmas we're going to do something that has a good social and a good feel-good factor. And there's a concept that's been happening in the States and around the world for the last few years called Random Hacks of Kindness. And we're running such an event this year with Kent Beck. Kent Beck is probably the most famous software engineer around. He's one of the signatories of the Agile Manifesto. And he's volunteered a week of his time to come to South Africa and help us with this activity. We're calling it the Kent Beck Project.
I'm here to visit my friend Professor Barry Dwalatsky. He's one of the people that I like best in the tech world. So anytime I get to spend with him, I figure it's time well spent. The biggest risk factor in innovation is how the customers are going to behave. And there's no way you can outthink the customers. So the most effective strategy is to build something, even if it's imperfect, and put it out there and see how people behave. If you're meeting a desperate need and your application looks terrible, people will use it anyway. And if you're not meeting a desperate need, then you can make your application look as beautiful as you want, and it's never going to be popular.
So currently I'm working with my team here. We are trying to develop a solution to help with the ongoing, I'll use the term crisis in the education sector regarding teaching math to students, mostly those in the grade 5 to 9 level.
I've been aware of Kent Beck for about 10 or maybe even more years, and been interested in what he's been doing. I think he's quite a revolutionary person in the software IT industry.
My experience with this project is that because we are creating a bot called a Betuna, which is basically gonna assist user in terms of getting information.
First of all, we did a brainstorming session, and two of our team members came up with exactly the same idea. Of creating an application that you can use to navigate taxi routes in South Africa.
So we can do an app, and the government, if they are willing, or like agencies, they can provide the workers with basic smartphones to be able to actually use and collect the data that's needed.
I can't wait to see what they come up with. I think the most important thing to come out of it is learning.
This has been an incredible journey whereby we have learned a lot from Mr. Kent, and at the same time the opportunity to be here at this and be able to collaborate with a lot of brilliant minds.
What we definitely learned here is not to build a massive system, but build something that's already working, maybe rough around the edges, and really get feedback on that to see if you're on the right path for getting testing back, instead of building a big system taking months and realize you went down the wrong path.
This week has been an amazing experience. Being around Kent is inspiring. Every word he says, you hang on, because there's so much experience behind it. So many practices were taught today comes from that man, and so much experience has been learned in a short time.
Everyone had a chance to confront the fundamental contradiction of entrepreneurship, which is you want your ideas to succeed, and the best way to make that happen is to expose them to failure as quickly as possible. And that's just so hard for everybody to do, but everybody had a chance to at least grapple with that question.
The end of the Kent Beck Project. It's been a fantastic week and a bit, and we've seen people come together, develop amazing ideas. I think some of the ideas will go further, but more important than the ideas has been a chance for people to interact with each other, to interact with Kent, who's one of the top software people in the world. And I think it'll change people's lives. It'll contribute to good things in our community. So I'm feeling very excited here on the 17th of December. Great end to 2016, and it ends with really a great event here at the Tshimologong Precinct.